How do you build a well-worn house for a ghost inspired by the Pinocchio fairy tale? Well, sit back and let me show you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for another Sims 4 Speed Build. This is for my season 3 of my fairy tale series. So if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, and following, commenting. Just do all the things. So let me first give my normal disclaimer. Please forgive my ums, ahs, stumbling, bumbling, coughs, and any other sounds you may hear. And please forgive my slow Southern United States drawl because I do not edit my voiceovers when I do cast or speed builds. Now let's get into it. I am building in Gibbi Point. That comes with the Sims 4 Adventure Awaits pack. That's the world. Also, I'm going to be talking about this house build and I'm going to be talking about the story. Now, you can see me working on the roof because the roof is a little bit lavish for my normal roofing. I'm not saying it's lavish. I'm saying y'all know I try to keep it simple because I'm not a roofer in The Sims. But I think that this roof looks great. This is going to be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. One of the bathrooms is tiny 4-tile bathroom, but it has a shower, a toilet, and a sink. And I am building this house to look a little bit more worn down with a lot of wear and tear, but it's gonna be a step up from probably the worst house I built in The Sims as far as like the condition that the house was in, which would have been my criminal series, the last season with the teenager Macy. Check it out. But anyway, guys, I am building this house for Penn Oak, get it, Pinocchio, and he does have a horse named Jiminy Oak, and that's because his last name's Oak, but his horse is a mare. Her name is Jiminy, like Jiminy Cricket, but spelled with a G. So anyway, y'all see what I do with these fairy tales. Now, y'all can see that I'm kind of picking more rundown wallpapers. I'm not limiting myself on packs, but I am using a lot from Adventure Awaits Horse Ranch pack. I'm also using a lot from Life and Death. But even that towel that's in that first bathroom you saw me put right there, that is a Jungle Adventure. So I am using what I have. I think this wallpaper in the main part of the house is from City Living. But y'all, I'm kind of predominantly using those 3 packs I named: Life and Death, Adventure Awaits, Horse Ranch pack. They go well together. And if you're looking for worn items, Life and Death is the pack, okay? Now, I am building this house because Penn has lived in Gibbi Point for a long time. And I'm not going to get into the years in this video because he is a ghost. He became a ghost many years ago, and that's why the house is looking so run down. But I will also say that he had furniture. The furniture got dry rotted because it sat for so long, with just a ghost using it. So he's had to replace most of his good furniture at this point in time that you are joining him when you will be coming into episode 1. And he's a ghost, so he can make money, but he's limited. He can't do what all the other Sims can do. So he has limited funds, so he's had to replace furniture the best way that he can. This front door, and I'm going to put one on the back, is definitely coming from Life and Death, and they've got some beautiful warm windows and things that look like holes, but I'm actually going to use this canvas window from Adventure Awaits. The wallpaper outside is from Adventure Awaits as well, the top paper and the bottom, because I got the roof the roof wallpaper a different color. I'm looking for a specific roof swatch, and it's the one that looks really worn down and not the metal roof, because that's easy to find. But you can see the houses in the distance behind it, they have that roof. So I don't know why I'm struggling to find it, but I get there, I promise you. So anyway, yeah, Penn, you're going to see me furnish his house because I normally furnish some of it on video finish the rest and then come back to the video because it takes me so long. But this house is small, so I can do it fast. This entire bill took me about an hour and 45 minutes, and that includes the walkthrough recording at the end. So this was a very quick bill. You see he's got a little front porch, so I'm looking for some towel that looks cracked, and I'm gonna keep that color up front because it looks like weeds are growing up through it. And I've got this other towel in the back. It's a little worn too if we were closer. You'll see it in the walkthrough though. So anyway, I am going to put the canvas windows on the sides and back of the house, but on the front I did want a picture window because again he had one that's seen better days, and even the windows got old and leaky, so he had to get cheap canvas windows to put up. So his windows are plastic pretty much. Now as we continue to go forward, you will need to know that Penn wants to be a real man again, just like Pinocchio wanted to be a real boy, but he wants to be a real man again, meaning not be a ghost. And one of the things that I'm rooting for with this story, I'm kind of inspired by season 2, which was Beauty and the Beast. You did not get to see the Beast until like episode 8 or 9 of the series, but I think it built suspense and it kind of made you wonder what he looked like. And so I want to do the same thing with Penn. You will definitely see him as a ghost, and you will get a picture of what he could look like because you can clearly see his ghost self. But let's be honest, you really can't tell what that sim looks like until they are in sim flesh again, right? And they are back in their human state. So that's when you will see him, but that will be a while down the series because he's got to do some things to become a real man. And let's talk about what those things are. Number one, he needs to complete his soul's journey. Now, if you had started with the live sim, you definitely would have some bucket list items complete and you will need to finish it. But Penn does not have any bucket list items complete, so he's got to do that. He's also got to work on his ghost mastery. Now, that is not game based. Once you complete your soul's journey, you can do the little bonus leg and you can come back with a fiery spirit and you be done. So he's going to try to complete the entire bucket list, even the bonus leg. However, he's going to do ghost mastery because that's a rule that I am adding. He needs to get his ghost mastery skill up and decide what kind of ghost he wants to be. Now, I'm telling you that Pinocchio's story, the fairy tale you're familiar with, part of his story was making the right choices. You know, Pinocchio would do bad things and wrong things because he was easily influenced. So Penn is going to need to be a good ghost. He's going to need to be a ghost that helps people. Criteria number 3, in addition to the soul's journey, doing the ghost mastery, Penn also needs to find a soulmate. And he's going to have to do that. And this is the hard part. You know, Penn has met women before, and at first they can't really see him, but as he starts to hang around more, they start to get a feeling of Penn. And then at some point they can even start talking to him, and sometimes it freaks the women out. Of course it would, why wouldn't it? But y'all, once the ones that have gone past that, they talk, they're in friendship, and that's where it ends. Because what future do I have with a ghost? I mean, really. So he's gonna have to befriend a woman that he wants to be his soulmate, and then he's going to have to become human again and build that romance part. So Penn's got a lot of work to do. So you will see Penn mostly as a single sim in the household. So this will be interesting because I'm used to playing at least 2 or more, and I'm really a family player, so usually it's a lot more, and I try to get a romance going very quickly. But we will be looking for him friends to have everything he needs, because friends are going to be part of his soul's journey, part of what he needs to become real again, because real people need some form of companionship. Even if there's friendship, they need things, people to talk to, support systems, and Penn is going to have to get all of that because he had some of those things and he lost them, not just because he became a ghost, guys, but because he was a butthole. Now, let's go back. His bed is one of his items that is not as worn down. It's still his original bed. It came from Outdoor Retreat, I think. This table is from Paranormal Pack, but I'm going to switch to this one that comes with Spooky Day because that's a new pack to me. Now, these chairs come with for rent and you can change the swatch. So we got a rundown swatch and you can see that I got for the second seat, if you don't want to sit on the sofa, we got a bucket that comes from the restoration kit and you can sit on that bucket. Now, I did put a kit from Outdoor Retreat in the corner of the kitchen. It's got pots and pans because we don't have any top cabinets, and I am looking for a few posters to put on the wall. And I think that he's got most of the things he needs, except our horse is still going to need a stable and some toys. But I know the budget is cut off on the screen. We have about 7,000 simoleons left. So I think this entire build may only be at about 12,000 simoleons right now, or between 12 and 14. I didn't check it while I was in game, but also you will be able to download this from the gallery, and my EAID is Just Among the Sims, all one word. Now you can see that I'm doing the stable. I actually did a pre-made room from the Horse Ranch Pack filter, and I just changed the color to match the house. I literally dropped the color. I'm putting some lot traits. One of them is going to be the prairie grass. Penny pixels will get you some actual change that you find. And the prairie grass is important because we are on a tight budget. Like I said, what we can earn as a ghost is limited, so we need that prairie grass to grow, so our horse can be fed. And Jiminy, she's a big girl, she needs to eat. And also we want our prairie grass so we can find valuable things in the grass. Now I am going to splurge and give him this glow bar. I did a pro tip Thursday about the glow bar, so check out that pro tip Thursday. And I am kind of filling in. I did use a little bit from the kitchen clutter kit as well because I'm going to put some cereal. And this is the Grange mudroom kit. So I'm putting shoes. Those are glasses and keys. And that sign, that picture I put on top, it is a no shoes allowed sign. So it will make Sims take their shoes off in the house. But right now, y'all, Penn floats. So he ain't got to worry about his shoes touching the ground. And I don't even know if it matters in his house right now because it's so dingy and it just needs a lot of work. Now I'm taking the giant saucer lights out and putting mini saucer lights in, and I do apologize in advance. And to walk through the back bathroom, I forgot to put a saucer light in, but when I upload it, it'll have it. I am putting lights on the outside of the house just to have some illumination outdoors. Also, when I do the walkthrough, you will not see I will put a rocking chair outside and a little grill on the patio, because right now he's at about 2,600 simoleons. So I'm going to spin that down a little more. You see me adding more decorations to the house, like wall stuff, sculpture, whatever you call it. They're not paintings. And I got like some wall hangings. Then I've got the barrel runs that help the horses with agility on the back, and the ball for the horse up front. So let's do our pan around the house, because if you watch my videos, you know I like a good pan around, right? So Gibbi Point is beautiful, guys, and I got better views at the end when we come back out of the walkthrough. But let's go into the house. You can see that wallpaper right on the side of the doors is from the Spooky Day pack. Now if you come in, you can see the Horse Ranch inspired theme. That couch actually comes from Adventure Waste, and we got the paper craft on the table for Adventure Waste. Now I'm going to zoom out so you can see our living room. I even did the cookie jar canister from kitchen clutter, you can actually get cookies out of that jar. It is functional, it and the cereal boxes. Now coming out, you can see the guest room, which is also his his study. You know, he's got a computer. It's that old crank up typewriter computer from Hemford on Bagley Cottage Living. You can see Penn in the tub, and he's probably looking a little lonely, a little bit sad. The bar globe, this is the master bedroom. Nothing on the side tables, but we are going to work on that because, again, Penn needs to make this house a home for his future soulmate. The door got messed up right here, but it'll be fine in the upload. This is the bathroom. I forgot to put the light in. It is fully functional as a 4 towel bathroom with a wall shower. And we're going to come out and go out the back door to get ready to wrap up our walkthrough. You can see we got the coffee stuff on the wall too in the kitchen. This is our barrel run, and you come this way to the right and you go into the horses stable, and you can see here we got to get some food for the first time. Then we're going to be on that prairie grass harvest. Now as we come out and see the horses ball, this is where we're going to end our build and walkthrough. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to season 3 of my fairy tale series, and until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.